10 years after I planted my garden and planted the initial snowdrops, I'm now starting to see the fruits of my labours with these beautiful snowy carpets that have been an absolute joy for me this year. And you don't need to be a real snowdrop buff to enjoy them. All the common snowdrops look delightful when planted en masse under deciduous trees and shrubs, so that you get the full benefit of their beauty early in the year. But my varieties that I've started to collect are really spellbinding. Things like the beautiful golden-topped Spindlestone Surprise with its beautiful yellow gold ovary at the top. I'm equally beguiled by the lovely plump flowers and foliage of the variety Melanie Broughton. This is a really good, strong snowdrop that bulks up quite quickly, so it's a really rewarding one to grow. You may be surprised to learn also that if you get down on your hands and knees, some snowdrops are scented. Things like Gin's Imperati, for example, doesn't really look any different to a normal snowdrop really, but when you get down and sniff, it's full of sweet honey scent. But some of the really unusual ones are those with the recurved outer petals and the wonderful green markings that go with them. Things like Green of Hearts, for example. Can you see the upturned green heart on the outside of those petals? And another variety of that sort of form that I really love, held on taller stems, is the variety Trumps. And that's what I'm going to be dividing, because it's a good time of year to lift your snowdrops, split them and replant them so that you can bulk them up quite quickly. Some snowdrop experts suggest leaving the division of snowdrops until the plants have died down completely, probably in around June time, and then lifting the bulbs and splitting them then. But my problem with that is that there's so many other plants that have grown over the clumps that I'm never quite sure where those clumps and those bulbs are, and I can't be sure that I can dig them up without damaging them. So I like to do it at this time of year, digging around each clump with a deep spade so that I can make sure I can get down and under the bulb successfully. Chop all the way around the outside of the clump first, then lever the roots from the ground carefully, making sure that you've got down under the bulbs first. Once you've got it out of the ground, you can then start to break up that root ball, teasing off the excess soil first and then splitting the individual bulbs apart. Once you've split them down into 1s, 2s and 3s, you can take those and replant them in different parts of the garden. Make sure that you take out a planting hole that's really deep enough to accommodate the bulbs, nice and low down, so that they don't dry out during the summer. Planted too shallowly, they're liable to dry out, become wizened, and then they won't come back and flower year after year. So, my snowdrops are happy, get yours happy too, and spread more of their beauty around all parts of your garden.